If you think about it, many of the most noted scientists of the last few centuries have been devout believers in God. In fact, many have been motivated by their faith in God as an act of worship to study and to learn more about the physical laws of the universe, to understand how things work out. So I think it's really a very unnecessary battle. And in fact, I think what's happening in some realms is people are getting tired of it. And that includes both Christians and non-Christians, because I know many scientists, those who are non-Christians and those who are Christians and those of other religions, who say there's no need for this sense of warfare between science and religion, or science and faith, because science addresses the physical realm. It addresses physical forces, things we can measure, things we can predict through physical measurements and related theories and so forth. And then we have another realm that all of us dabble in, whether we admit it or not, which is the philosophical interpretation of this data. What does it mean? And so, a good scientist, a good group of scientists, can look at that same data and come to the same conclusion scientifically about what that data implies. And they know when to say that's the end of what science can tell us about this and how we can scientifically interpret it. Now, the next step is, how do we philosophically interpret that? And there's so much room there. You can have that same group of scientists have as many different opinions as there are people into what that may or may not imply in terms of the importance of humans, or whether or not there's a God, or this kind of thing. And that's actually science at work. Science is not meant to answer all the questions. I think part of the problem is the way science has been often presented to the public. And that's a fault, I think, of some of us in the sciences, that we've presented science as though it answers all the questions, that there's nothing but science. And that's just simply not true.